Hi everybody! Welcome to this very special episode of Ina After Dark. This is really not even dark. Yeah, my nights have been tiring, guys. And can I be honest? It's the laundry. Laundry. If I could just pay someone to take my laundry away and come back and put it away in my house, I would. But that's what I'm doing with my million. First thing I'm tackling is somebody taking care of the laundry. The second thing I'm tackling is somebody coming and cooking for us. But for now, oh my God, the laundry, you guys, the laundry. So anyway, that's what I've been doing my nights, is just putting the kids down and trying to catch up on all that laundry. But anyway, so that's why In After Dark is happening during the day now. But I'll still consider it an Ina After Dark episode because I get to come and chat with you guys. So in case you guys don't know what this is, my name is Ina Coveney. I am a salary replacement strategist. What that means is that I help people who work full-time create a side business so that they can replace their salary in 1 year and go out and do what they actually love to do all day long for the rest of their lives, to actually have that life that you want in your lifetime, that life that you feel like, well, maybe it just didn't happen this time around because these are not the cards I got dealt. Like, none of that. We're getting you to live the life you want in this lifetime. That's what's happening. I just got a heart and it doesn't even tell me who did it. So thank you for the heart. The like, Osvaldo. I see Osvaldo here. Hi, Osvaldo. So here's what I wanted to tell you guys. That's what I do. And In After Dark is a space that I use to come and inspire you, motivate you, educate you, come and tell you a story, right? So it's like my place to interact with you guys in a much more casual basis. I literally just prepped for 15 seconds. In the past, I've prepped for 30 seconds. This time I prepped for 15. I'm like, I just want to come and tell you guys something very specific that just happened. That's all I want to do. So, and I decided to call it, Can I Be Honest About Sales Calls? So as you guys know, or may not be aware, if you're in the Boston area, I am going to be teaching podcasting for beginners and how to overcome the podcaster insecurity syndrome right here in the Boston area, in Staples Studio at Brighton and in Staples Studio in Denver. So if you're in this area, or if you know people who want to start podcasts and they live in Massachusetts, spread the word. Just tell them to go to inacoveney.com/event and they can sign up right there. I'm super excited about this. I'm stoked. I'm going to be talking about this a lot, especially on my personal page, which is where my Massachusetts residents are. And you're going to be hearing about this a ton. So I went to one of the Staples Studios open houses last week. And I got to meet a very nice gentleman who, I told him a little bit of what I do. And he's like, oh my God, online marketing, I want to pair you up with this product owner, with this product creator. Very nice lady. She has a great product, like a game that kids can do. It's like math related and it's creative. And she's had this game for 20 years. And he's like, oh, you guys should talk so that you can do the online marketing for her. And I had to go. I actually had go watch Miss Saigon with a friend of mine. So I had to leave. I'm like, hey, let's set up a meeting. So I just got out of that meeting. And at first, I didn't think this was going to be a sales call. It kind of turned into one, but then I really don't think that anything is going to happen there because I don't think that she was my ideal client. And I don't think that I was exactly what she was looking for. We still talked about my services and she jotted down my prices and what I do. And that's great. So, but here's the deal with that. And that's what I wanted to come and tell you, is that this man who put us together, he thought that I did online marketing for people. And I don't, right? I don't go and create your social media accounts and post for you. I don't go and create the content for you. I don't go and create the freebie for you. So I had to explain to her, no, actually the way that it works is I am your coach. I'm your guide. I'm the one who tells you, hey, this is what you're going to be doing next. Go and make sure to hire a videographer to record that, make sure that you edit it, make sure that you post it online, make sure that you do this, make sure you do that. Did you validate your idea? Did you do this? And I'm a project manager by trade. So the way that I work with my clients is very different from the way that other coaches work with their clients. Other coaches do more like talk therapy. Like, okay, let's meet. Tell me what's going on. I'll help you through your blocks and I'll see you next week. The way that I work is no. You guys, I'm looking for success stories in my clients, right? I am looking for them that after they work with me for 3 months, They're out there with their website, which I make for them. I've never actually advertised this before, but for my, less tech savvy clients, I create their website. They pay for the hosting, they pay for the theme, they pay for that stuff. I give them a template to fill out so that they can tell me what to put on each page. They go and get their photos, and I put it together for them. 3 weeks it takes me. It's just a few hours to put together a very simple 3-page website, right? Home, services, and about. Like, that's it. So this is something that I don't advertise a lot, because here's the truth. Not everybody that I work with will have a website created. And the reason is that we all have different hangups. We all have different things that are holding us back. And for some of us, we need a lot more time to accomplish certain tasks than others. Some people are more ready than others, but that doesn't make the time that we spend together any less valuable, because in order to get there, you needed to go through here. So what was I saying? So I'm talking to her and I'm telling her, yeah, I could make the website, but it depends on how the engagement goes, which is why I don't advertise that I make the website. But yeah, it's a perk. If you move fast, I'll make your website, because I want success stories. That's what I'm looking for. So in this call in particular, I was going through kind of like my agenda items, and she told me straight out, I don't want to do online marketing. I'm not interested in that. I'm a creative person. I don't want to do that. And I'm like, I threw my script out the window and I said, then we're not a good fit. So I'm just going to give you free advice. So I'm human. I want to help, right? I don't just hide behind like prices. Like, I genuinely want to help you. So I threw my script away and I said, okay, this is not a sales call. You're clearly not in the right place, in the right frame of mind to walk through everything that I would walk you through to turn you into a business, to turn you into someone who's going to be out there doing this, right? Going on Facebook Lives, talking to your audience, creating freebies. Like, you guys have any idea how much I get out of creating all that stuff for you? Being here, like the fact this is my job right now, I'm freaking out over it. It's amazing. The fact that my baby is sleeping upstairs. Today is Monday, so I get to spend my time with him, right? The fact that on Wednesday, we're going to the beach. My sister's free. Want to go to the beach? Sure. Let's go to the beach on Wednesday. The fact that by the end of this year, I will have visited 5 different countries. Probably 4, but maybe 5. Without even planning it. I was not planning on traveling that much. In the beginning of the year, I just had like 2 conferences, and then that turned into 3, and then that turned into 2 family trips, and then that turned into, I will have visited 4 countries by the end of the year. So including the US, I will have hit 5 different countries by the end of the year. And there's no way for me to have been able to do that, to be able to do that, to have that flexibility, if I were tied to a 2-week vacation or a 3-week vacation setup. No way. So I flip out over the fact that this is my job, talking to you guys. But for her, for this very nice lady with a really good product, she's like, that's not me. I just want to sell this thing, and I want somebody to take it over, and I don't want to have anything to do with the business and the marketing and stuff. I'm like, well, in that case, we're not a good fit. I work with people who are ready to do this. And by this, by the way, I mean, I'm pointing at like the camera, right? Like, to do this, to talk to an audience, to give a message, right? She was not ready for that. She's like, I just want to sell this thing. I'm like, okay. I gave her some free advice. You need a website so that when you go knocking on doors and people Google you and people find your website, they see that you're for real. Not that you're like a nut off the street who came up with a brilliant idea that's going to make them $1 million, because they get a lot of those already. So you need an online presence for anything you do. You need an online presence, and I can't stress this enough. So going back to the sales calls, right? I'm going to be honest about it. And I'm gonna quote someone who's very wise. His name is Adam Urbanski. And he said something. He said, when I'm on a sales call, I'm trying to convince the other person not to hire me. And I'm like, oh, bravo. right? And that's basically what I was doing with her. I'm like, I don't think we're a good fit. Right? Because I genuinely did not think it. It was not a gimmick. I genuinely did not think it. And in the end, she ended up asking me, okay, then explain more what you do and what are your prices. She was the one coming to me. I'm here leaning back and she's leaning forward. She's like, no, tell me more. Maybe this is something that I need. I'm just not ready for it yet. Right? I'm like, I'm happy to share that with you. So during a sales call, if it starts to feel, here's the part where I'm honest about it. If it starts to feel like you're convincing someone to sign with you, and I've had that happen in calls that I end up like explaining myself, and immediately I can sense myself saying like, this doesn't feel right. They don't see the value, therefore they're not going to attach, they're not going to attach the value to the investment, therefore they're not ready for this yet, right? If I'm explaining myself, game over, right? The way that it should feel, right? And I'm telling you, for all of you going on sales calls now or in the future, the way it should feel, and I've explained this before to my peeps, to my people in my group programs, is I don't have a pen. I like to dangle the pen. I will find the pen. Found the pencil. Is that good enough? This is how sales should feel. That you get on a call with someone who already knows that you have what they need, and you get to answer their questions. And by the time you get to the investment, it should feel like, nobody's ever going to say, nobody said ever, like, oh, that's a great price, let's sign up. You're always going to get pushback on price. And I have pushed back on price on programs that I've ended up signing up for. Always, every time. I just go, can I think about it? And I end up signing up anyway. That's why I give my people like some time to think about it. So I don't want you to make a rush decision. I want you to really go for the thing that works for you. So this is how sales should feel. I know it's a pencil, but bear with me here. Pretend this is a pen. This is how it should feel. It should feel like you're sitting in a conference room. There's no pens in sight. And you're sitting next to somebody who is very important, and they're about to sign the most important paper of their life, right? In the analogy, this would be your potential client is looking at the future of their life in black and white in front of them. And they know what they need to make that happen. They need a product called a pen. And they look at you and you're like this, I have a pen. Do you need this pen? You want them to be like, yes, I need that pen, and yank it off your hands. It should never feel like, hey, take their hand and put the pen in their hand. Like, yeah, here, see how it feels? See how it feels? Buy it? Yes? Do you need it? Yeah? No, it should never feel that way. It should feel like, I got what you need. Do you want it? And people should say, yes, I need that. That's how it should feel. If it doesn't feel that way, they're either not your ideal client or they're not ready for you yet. So it's still important for them to know, hey, I have a pen. So if you ever find yourself really needing that pen, it's possible that the person will say like, I'm just going to look for a pen someplace else. That's okay. That's their prerogative. And you sit here, okay, I'll just put the pen right here, right? So if I can be honest about sales calls, they should feel easy. So the way that I work with my clients is to turn their brand into something that people understand and that people are going to want even before they sit down with you. Okay, so that's kind of what I wanted to tell you guys about sales calls. That's how they should feel. So as part of the way that I work with my clients, with my one-on-one clients, the way that I work with them is over 3 months, I guide them through, assignment after assignment after assignment, project manager style. We're getting you there. We're getting you to the end result. Okay. Whether my clients complete the assignments or not is up to them, but I'm still here supporting them. Some people will walk away with a website and I will get to train them. One of the last steps that I do is to train them on sales calls so they can go out and start getting people on the phone, right? Because that is the only way to really sign people for a high ticket item, for a premium package. Is the only way to do it on the phone. So I train my people on sales calls. So by the end, you're ready to go off in your business, to go off and get your clients. to go off, and you already have your online presence all set up and your freebie all set up and everything. And if any of my clients are out there, you can vouch for this. You can put a comment in here. You can put a post in the group saying that, yes, that this is how it works and that it's helpful, that this is how your business is born, is by investing in yourself, period. I will continue to invest in myself because I know that there's higher levels that I can achieve. So I'm actually looking at investing in another program sometime in the next couple of months, and I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to tell you more about it. But for now, that's what I wanted to tell you. And if this is something that sounds interesting to you, like feel like I want to find out more what it's like to work with a mentor that's actually going to keep me on task rather than just talk therapy style, like basically having like a life project manager, why don't we get on the phone so that I can answer your questions? Because the only person who doesn't get answers is the one who doesn't ask, right? So if you want to go to inakovany.com/call, right? Find the time in there. If you don't find the time over the next couple of weeks that fits your schedule, right? Because actually I think I may have blocked all of next week to like go to the beach and like spend time with my kids, but I'm sure there's a way that I can carve out sometime next week if we talk about it. So if you want, you can just send me an email. And by the way, all my emails come out of this ina@inanutshellweb.com. That's my email address. So send me an email like, hey, I looked at your calendar. I don't find any times that work for me, but this is my availability. What can we make work? I'm sure we can chat. We can carve out a half an hour in the next couple of weeks to talk. So yeah, hit me up. Nice talking to you guys. I am going to continue folding laundry. It's Monday. It's an easy day. Tomorrow will be a different story, but this is where we are. All right, guys, have a wonderful Monday. Have a wonderful start to your week, and I hope to see you on my calendar soon. Bye, everybody.
Yay, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to click subscribe right here. And if you're a podcast listener, go and search for Trailblazing Out of Corporate Life, and you'll get me through your ears. All right, guys, have a great one, and don't forget, right here, subscribe.